Tonight is the night where the Chicago Bears return to Washington to face the Commanders on Monday Night Football. The place where their season fell apart last year. The place where Jaden Daniels beat them on a Hail Mary. The place where the Matt Eberflus era unofficially came to an end, and the place that started a 10-game losing streak. Tonight is the night as the Bears have a huge opportunity to not right those wrongs because it's a new year. That's in the past. But to win and launch their season moving forward. Welcome into Chicago Bears Now. My name is Harrison Graham. We're going to talk about this matchup a little bit today. And, of course, we will be live tonight on the channel for a Bears Commanders watch party. Be sure to subscribe to the channel right now and join us tonight at 6 o'clock Central Time. Myself and producer Cullen Brown will be live with you here on the show. So do not miss out, as it's going to be a hell of a night. The Bears have a huge opportunity tonight. Not only for all those reasons, not only because as a competitor, you want a second chance, right? Like you want to be able to right those wrongs and, you know, get a second crack at it, especially if you're a guy like Tyreek Stevenson, obviously Caleb Williams, number 1 versus number 2 pick, any competitor on this team who was part of that experience last year. It derailed the season. There's just no doubt about it. They lost trust in the coach after he handled the end of that game and after how he handled it with the media. And they didn't respond. They just did not respond. They got blown out the next 2 weeks, and we know what happened the rest of the season. But tonight is a great opportunity to use this game in the opposite direction. You win this game tonight, maybe it has the effect that it had on Washington a year ago. Maybe it launches this team into relevancy here in 2025. It's not a must-win. It's not a do-or-die game. I don't want to act like it is, but I also don't want to downplay this moment either. The Bears are 2-2. They're coming off a bye. The middle of the NFC is extremely crowded right now. You got help from Kansas City last night as they beat Detroit. So you win tonight, you're only a half game behind the Lions and, 2/3 of a game behind Green Bay. They're 3-1-1. It's kind of weird with when a tie is in there. But all 4 teams in the NFC North would basically be within a game if you could win this game tonight. So it's a massive opportunity, a huge opportunity for the Chicago Bears, and just a chance to make a statement in a primetime spot. This team has not been great on the road for years. Matt Eberflus never won a road game on Sunday. This is a Monday. Did come off a road win against Vegas. That helps. This has not been a team that's performed well in prime time, and you're facing and this team lost to the Commanders in dramatic fashion last year. You're trying to exercise all of those demons in 60 minutes tonight. And I think the opportunity is there to win. I know Washington's a relatively healthy favorite. I think it's fluctuated between 4 and 5.5 points over the last week or so. But why can't the Bears win this game? Terry McLaurin's out. Noah Brown is out. We don't know what Deebo Samuel's status is. The Commanders, to me, haven't been quite as sharp as they were a year ago. Jaden Daniels just came back from his knee injury last week. He seems full throttle, but let's see how he plays without some of his top receivers. Sam Cosmi isn't playing in this game. And I think the Bears have shown some pretty strong resiliency after starting 0-2. Caleb Williams has played some better football. The defense is coming around a little bit, especially in the secondary. Can the defensive front, we did a full video on this, the D-line's a major problem. Can it make some plays tonight? Can Kyler Gordon and TJ Edwards returning from injury make a big impact, especially against the run? Because I'll say this right here, right now. If the Commanders have a field day running the football, you're not going to win this game. Doesn't matter that McLaurin's out. If you cannot stop the run or at least slow it down, it's going to be a long 60 minutes tonight. But if you can contain it, if you can just not get completely gashed on the ground, I expect the Bears to be in the fourth quarter with the chance to win this game. And to me, if you can get into the fourth quarter with a 1-score game, you take it and you let the chips fall where they may, because I trust Caleb Williams in big spots. He's played pretty well in big moments. Hadn't always won because of varying circumstances, but in big moments, he's played pretty darn well in his young career. More to come when it comes to this matchup against the Washington Commanders, but do want to tell you guys about our awesome sponsor, PrizePicks. picks. Daily fantasy made easy at prizepicks.com/CLNS. You and I make decisions every day, but being right on PrizePicks can get you paid. Don't miss any of the action this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. I hit 2 more lineups yesterday, 2 more 3-player lineups, as your boy continues to stay hot. The way it works is simple. You pick 2 or more players, up to 6 players in a single lineup, and pick more or less on the stat projections: passing yards, rushing yards, receiving yards, touchdowns, field goals, hits in baseball, strikeouts in baseball, goals in soccer and hockey, points, rebounds, assists, basketball just around the corner. You can cross over sports in your lineup. It's awesome. Pick more or less, and if you hit, you can win money, sometimes up to 2,000 times your money. That's right. You can turn $10 into 20,000 with PrizePicks today. So tonight, I got a 3-player lineup. I got Caleb Williams, more than 21.5 rushing yards. I think he'll use his legs some tonight. Jaden Daniels' goblin pick, which is easier to hit, more than half a passing touchdown. I think he'll throw at least one. And then I've got Rome Odunze, more than 64.5 receiving yards. 3-player lineup for you guys right there. Download the PrizePicks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. That link and promo code will be in the comments and description of this video. Okay. Bears Commanders. Let's talk about some specifics within this matchup of what the Bears need to do. We already talked about stopping the run. Can you also find something in your own running game? Kyle Monungai's full go. Does he have a bigger role tonight? There is about a 50-50 chance of rain during the game. Rain has been in the forecast, so you would think you would like to get going on the ground. If it's raining hard during the game, it's harder to throw the football. So if you could find some success on the ground, that would certainly be helpful. Ben Johnson has been adamant that it's hard to judge any of these running backs just because the timing, the blocking, it just hasn't all been synchronized yet in the run game offensively. But I do wonder if Monungai can just pack a punch and give you a little bit of a spark there. So we'll see what his role is tonight. We'll see if DeAndre Swift can be more impactful than he has up to this point. Obviously, Caleb's got to play well, take care of the football, and outplay Jaden. I think in these big matchups, these 50-50, 40-60 type of games, you need your quarterback to outplay theirs. And last year, Jaden certainly outplayed Caleb in this game, but in the fourth quarter, Caleb stormed back and played really well and outplayed him, and it should have been a good enough job to win the game. We'll see if he can start out much better. Remember, Caleb was ice cold. I think he was 4 of 16 or something through 3 quarters. He was just atrocious before storming back in the fourth. He's going to have to start much better because, give the Bears defense a year ago credit in this game. They forced a bunch of field goals. So you might have to score more points this year to win this game. So we'll see if him and that Rome Odunze connection. I like DJ Moore as an X factor tonight. If I'm Dan Quinn, I'm keying in on Rome Odunze, especially with my secondary. That's got some issues. I'd probably, shadow safety over the top of Rome a decent amount. So that should give DJ some man coverage looks in this matchup. So let's see if he can take advantage. Let's see if Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams dial up some plays for number 2 tonight. I keep getting asked, is DJ someone you could trade? Could you trade him for a pass rusher? I'm not ready to go there yet. I would like to see DJ become a bigger part of this offense and be a part of this thing. But this feels like a big opportunity against, an average at best secondary to get number 2 more involved. And he's had some big games against Washington. Had a big catch last year down the stretch to set up Chicago on a late drive. He also had that huge game on Thursday Night Football a couple years ago, 230 yards and 3 touchdowns. So this has been a matchup and a team that he's played well against. We'll see if tonight can be more of the same. And, just other thoughts on this game is, can a guy like Montez Sweat going up against his former team show up? Montez Sweat, is he a sneaky guy to monitor at the trade deadline? Like, would the Bears just try to unload his contract somewhere for like a late day 3 pick if he doesn't produce more? Because his contract, after the season, if you cut him, it's an $18 million dead cap. You save 7, but, you would rather trade him. I hope he just plays better and he can start living up to the contract. But I wonder if he's a guy in 2, 3, 4 weeks, if the Bears are kind of up and down and he's not playing that well, would you find a team that would take his salary? Maybe you eat some of the money in terms of the cash flow, but you get off of the cap hit somewhat moving forward. And you just pivot there. It's been disappointing to see how he's played post 2023. Last year he dealt with a variety of injuries. I understand that, but can he show up tonight? I mean, that's the team that traded him, got him out of there, said, "See ya. We don't value you anymore." So he was so good after the trade 2 years ago, and he wasn't that good last year. And this year he's just been okay. So big night for him. I think these next few weeks for Montez Sweat, if he wants to be a part of this team moving forward long term, he's got to play better. He's making $25 million a year. He's just not. He is just not playing well enough. And then lastly, I'll just say this. Tyreek Stevenson. I think he's been very mature this week. He's kind of taken the questions. He's done a couple of interviews, and he's opened up about what happened last year and how he has to wear it. I really like that he said that. He said, yeah, I watched the video, and, I wear it. I have to wear it. And, he's playing really well. These last 2 weeks against Dallas, a high potent passing offense, and against the Raiders, he played extremely good football. Now coming off the bye, Kyler Gordon's coming back as well. I expect Tyreek to play well tonight. And it would be awesome if he made a game-changing play in this game, just to kind of full circle moment. Yeah, that clip, you guys can play it forever, but I'm past this and we're past this. We're moving forward as the 2025 Chicago Bears. That's how we're approaching this. So rooting for 29 tonight. Hopefully he can make an impactful play. And I don't know. I've just had this feeling for really since the Raiders win. I get it. The Raiders aren't very good, but to win a game like that, I don't know. It feels like this team could carry that over and win a big game tonight. Tonight is such a massive opportunity. You win tonight, Saints come to town next week. New Orleans is scrappy. That's not a layup game, but that's a great opportunity to get to 4-2. And all of a sudden, you look up, you're probably right. You're in that 6-7 seed mix if that happens. So huge, huge, huge game tonight for so many reasons. And I hope the Bears get it done. I think they do. I have a good feeling. I got the Bears 26-24. I think they find a way. I think there's a little something extra there tonight. I think they dig super deep. Caleb returning back home to the DMV area where we all know what happened last year. Come on, man. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Drop your score predictions down in the comment section below. And, of course, be sure to join myself and producer Cullen Brown tonight. We got you guys covered here on Chicago Bears Now. Bear down, baby. We'll see you soon.